Hello everybody, this is Abraham from Short Computer Services. What we got here today is a hard drive that another um, computer shop couldn't do anything with, so let's plug it in and see. We are using PATA hard drive, and this is a PATA to USB conversion. Let's turn it on and see. No clicking sound. That's promising. It mounted. I'm going to the disk manager to see how this hard drive is going to present itself. If it will present itself at all. Right now, what it's doing is it's negotiating the connection with the hard drive. Hard drive spins up, does not click, but I cannot see anything on the screen. Now sometimes it takes a while for stuff to pop up on the screen, so we're just gonna patiently wait and see. Alright, so it did come up, not accessible. I still want to see what the disk management is going to show me. At this point it shows me nothing. It is still loading disk configuration information. We may have to use more advanced tools of recovery. The fact that the drive is not clicking is very good. Chance for success is much higher when a drive is not clicking. Not to say that a clicking drive cannot be dealt with without a lab, without head replacement. Head replacement usually necessary when drive was dropped and heads were physically ripped off. If that happens, chance for recovery is very small. I can feel the drive spinning, so we're just going to be a little more patient. This usually means that the initialization area of the hard drive has been damaged. It is usually, in this case, a logical problem, meaning that there is no hardware issue with this drive. Some area of the hard drive has not been either written properly, maybe a computer was shut down improperly. This could happen. As the hard drive was doing some kind of self-maintenance, the computer was shut down. Things like this could happen. We'll just be a little more patient. Okay, I did pause the camera. This took about 6 minutes to come up. It did eventually come up. The D drive has something called RAW, so this is all looking good so far. We are going to try and open our drive for recovery. With a drive like this, you're gonna have to be extremely patient. Anything you do might take, minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to execute. Patience is a virtue in this kind of recovery. Number one, the drive mounts on a computer. You hear the ding dong. Number two, it does come up in computer management, in disk management. And from then on, you have to be extremely patient, realizing that anything that you do on this drive is going to take a lot longer than normal. Possibly one of the head is malfunctioning, but it's functioning enough that when drive makes multiple reads over the same area, it eventually gets it right. I can look at the light here and I can see that occasionally the drive receives a signal saying look for this, or the signal is sent and drive thinks and then executes it. I'm not sure what causes this kind of problem, but it doesn't seem to be an issue with, like I said, the actual physical metal of electronics or disks. And as I said before, most likely the computer was turned off or there was a power outage at the time when drive was doing some kind of self-maintenance. Okay, I just started another program, and that program is requesting information from the hard drive, and it is taking a while, so we're just gonna pause again. Another 5 minutes or so passed. We have our drive ready for scan. We're going to look at what this drive has to offer, if anything. As you can see, you do one click, you gotta wait about 5 minutes for drive to respond. We're gonna see what it's gonna come back with. Another 5 minutes passed and we have a message that the selected disk has no supported file systems, so we need to do a scan on the disk. We're going to do a scan, and we are not going to look for UFS, just FAT and then TFS. Scan. This might take forever, as I have no idea how this drive is going to respond to the scan command if this doesn't work. Okay, we have an issue with I/O. I'm getting an error here that it cannot read the disk, which means we're gonna have to bring out the big guns. Let's cancel all this out. This won't go anywhere. Don't want to save anything. We don't need this. So even though the drive mounts and seems like it's coming up, there is no way to access this drive just by direct access from a computer. We're gonna need to have a recovery system involved. Alright, I'm going to pause and set up the recovery. Okay, so now we have a more advanced data recovery system in place. We'll connect our drive. We'll connect USB and power supply. Hard drive is on. We're going to look at the hard drive. Okay, it's the Mac Store. Maxter 80 gigabyte. Alright. Okay. Well, let's scan for files. Nothing is coming up. I can see the disk. I can view sectors, but it's not letting me open the drive. interestingly enough, it shows me the hard drive, but it's not reading it. Cannot determine the type of the information that's on the hard drive. It sees the information, but it does not understand how to interpret it. Okay, that's better. Okay, much better. So now I'm doing, okay. Again, even with this one, it took some time for hard drive to respond to my requests. It is seeing a drive, it is scanning the drive. I can hear the head moving on a hard drive. Let's see what this is gonna do. It's looking at the sectors. This system used to be sold by Salvation Data. They don't have this particular system anymore. They have an updated system, but I like this this one because it works with the PATA drives and SATA drives. You just need to have the adapters for the SATA. There is actually quite a bit of hardware that comes with it that allows you to do repairs on particular drives, and I have been able to successfully recover information from hard drives that were considered to be dead. So at this point the drive is responding and making a noise. Let me see if I could. So that's the head movement. And that's the sector count. So we'll just wait and see where this takes us. All right, we're approaching the end of the scan. Let's see. What did we find? Nothing. We have found nothing. Okay, Looks like the disk displays an error. HD status error. Okay, that's not good. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Okay, seize the disk. So I'm trying to do an extensive scan, and I can see errors popping up. Let's see what we're going to find here. So now something came up. That's good. Okay. So we have root. We have something. Okay. So we're gonna do an extensive scan, and once that's done, this will take a really long time. Done for now, so I don't know if it was visible or not, but on this side, after the preliminary intensive scan, the file folders came up, the hard drive came up, and I was able to see some things. I'm just gonna let it scan, do a deep scan on a hard drive, and after that, with hope, we will have our files back. To recap, we were doing straight recovery from PATA to USB conversion using software. That did not show anything, but it did show promise that the hard drive was not clicking and was not damaged. It did mount, but it wouldn't start the file system. This recovery system allows me to do a deep scan on a hard drive, and after realizing that I have to do a deep scan, I was able to see some of the files. And now we're just going to let it run. This, like I said, might take, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. After that, we should be able to get the files out. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, give me a like. If you want to subscribe to see when new videos are coming out, subscribe.